It is time for the Redskins schedule release replay presented by Pepsi. I'm Larry Michael.
I'm JP Finley, NBC Sports Washington. Let's take a look at the Redskins 2020 schedule.
And before we do, actor Jon Bernthal grew up in Cabin John, and he's looking forward to seeing Dwayne Haskins take a snap in his second year.
I'm excited to see how Dwayne does this year. You know, he is a Bullis Bulldog, which, we took their homecoming game from them when I played them. I can't really get behind Bullis, but I can definitely get behind Mr. Haskins.
You know, you think back, John, you think about some of those older teams, and you have those players you named that give you so many great memories. When you start looking at the team now, looking at the type of talent that they have on it, who do you see being one of those guys like the Art Monks and the Wilbur Marshalls or Dexter Manleys as you look at the team for the future?
I think I think Ryan Kerrigan, I think he's going to go down in history as one of the greats. I'm really excited to see what Terry McLaurin does. I'm excited to see how he shapes up. There's a lot of talent on that team, and now it's a lot of talent with a lot to prove, and I think that's a real winning recipe.
You know, Larry and I both grew up here in the D.C. area, and Sidwell's not exactly a football powerhouse. I'm sure they won in John's era, but I don't know that that's a real bragging point about Sidwell beating Bullis.
Well, there you go. How about Matthew McConaughey, Academy Award-winning actor? We know he's a Redskin fan. What does he think about the hiring of Ron Rivera? Here's Matthew.
I think we got reason to be excited. I mean, look, first off, it feels like we have the stability that we've been looking for. And I don't mean just with him as the hire, but I get that sense from our owner, Dan Snyder, too. I think he's made a choice here with Ron coming here that this is a long-term choice. It's going to change the culture. I think it's going to bring some consistency that we need. And hopefully it's going to get us on the way back to a championship caliber level where, Redskin Nation wants to be and needs to be.
Matthew, we saw free agency come about and we saw the draft. Now tonight they're going to be having a scheduled release. How excited are you getting for this season?
For this season, well, I'm getting very excited because I want to see again that consistency of play. I mean, we've been mixing different things in and hadn't found consistency at quarterback for a long period of time for a while. We've started seasons where, you can tell we're playing a defense that the other team is like, oh, they're hitting. The Skins are hitting. But then can we play a 16-game season where we can build some momentum and not it's a long season. Y'all know much better than I do it. Can we do it in a way where we can build some momentum, not just for this year, but for next year and the year after and the year after? Have a common thread starting right now, hopefully. So I'm very excited about the season. Hopefully we're going to be able to play it and watch it.
All right, now to the schedule. The Baltimore Ravens coming to FedEx Field. They were 14-2 last year, and Lamar Jackson is pretty electrifying.
For real, and for you to say that word, I know the weight it carries when you talk about quarterbacks running with the football. Lamar's fantastic. That's going to be a really tough battle for the Redskins, a big test for their rebuilt defense.
And, of course, the week after, it is the Rams traveling east. Sean McVay and Kevin O'Connell is their offensive coordinator now. So everybody kind of knows everybody in this matchup.
Yeah, it's interesting. Obviously, things went so well for Sean when he first got out to L.A. Last year, they took a big step back, didn't make the playoffs. I'm not sure Jared Goff is the guy. And I think Sean is really smart and Kevin O'Connell's really smart. But if your quarterback's not the guy and you're paying him that much money, I'm not sure what's going to happen there with the Rams.
And let me remind you, at the L.A. Memorial Coliseum, it was the Redskins victorious, JP Finley.
That was an awesome game. I think Mason Foster had the interception at the end to seal it. Just being at the L.A. Coliseum, that was really, really fun.
And then after that, it's the New York Giants, 4-12 last year. And again, this Daniel Jones, Dwayne Haskins matchup is going to be talked about years to come.
Yeah, but Chase Young is going to be playing in this one. And I think he's going to have a big-time impact because it looks like the Giants might be starting a rookie tackle that they drafted just after Chase Young and Andrew Thomas. I think because of the history with LT and all the comparisons there, something tells me Chase is going to show up against the Giants.
Thank you, sir. Coming up tomorrow, more of our schedule release replay presented by Pepsi. We'll see you then.